Hey friends, this is DJT. I come to you this week really with a heavy and weary heart with all that is happening in our country, from Dallas to Louisiana, Minnesota to right here in Chicago every day. I was really tempted to not do a blog post today because it feels like no matter what I had to say, it would pale in comparison to the gravity of what is happening in our country right now. But as I had a chance to reflect last night, I really reflected on the purpose of this blog, and that is to change the world. If you remember in my very first blog, I shared this belief that I have that I do have the power to change the world. I think you too have the power to change the world, and that power starts by us using our voice. I believe that using your voice and sharing something with others, a belief in others, will change the way that they perhaps think about something or believe something. And when people start to change the way they think and believe about a particular topic, person, or thing, ultimately their actions change. And when you have collective action by many, many people, that is the thing that changes the world. And so as I look into the media and I see our black men under attack, I feel like I have to use my voice, my platform, to help to change or shift the narrative, to share a different image, a different perception of our black men. And so I'm pleased to spotlight Mr. Charles Smith, who is an African American leader here in Chicago. He's a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, a mentor, and a friend. And so I introduce you to Mr. Charles Smith as he shares his thoughts and beliefs on leadership, success, and the art of winning.
My name is Charles Smith. I'm the president and CEO of CS Insurance Strategies, and about a year and a half ago we started a tech firm called Method. I think success can be defined in numerous ways. First of all, I think there's a time frame on success. So if you're a student, being successful in high school can mean getting good grades. If you're a student, being successful in college can mean getting good grades or graduating, whatever the case may be. So I think when you think about success or talk about it, you have to apply your time frame and where you are in life to what that means. So for me, success means different things. It's the ability to impact people. It's the ability to expand my company. It's the ability to be an example for our young folks. And those are some of the most important things to me. Oh my God, as a black man, success is definitely different and somewhat challenging because what we see in the news regarding our African American men and young men especially, that we aren't up to par, we aren't educated, we're in prison, which are the actual facts. But at the same time, there's an onus on young professionals like myself to kind of shed those, what I call stereotypes, and move us to a higher level. That's really important to me because I know without good examples for young professionals and young folks, then we'll never get to where we need to go. The secret to success, I think there's a lot of things that go on when you talk about secrets to success. The first thing for me was being prepared. I think you absolutely have to be prepared for conversations, for interviews, whatever the case may be. So for me, being prepared is number one. Another secret is I'm a pretty spiritual person. I believe if you reap what you sow. So if you live a certain way, I believe positive things happen to you. Of course, we all fall short, but I think overall you have to skew that percentage in a positive way as much as you can. But if I were to say what the secrets are, I would start with those two. My superpower would be, I call it the spirit of impartment and communication. I'm able to impart different things into different situations. It could be wisdom, it could be experience, it could be knowledge, to a lot of different sets of people. My background is fairly diverse, so I understand people, and for whatever reason, I have favor, and that's another spiritual thing. My purpose is to be an example, overall to me, for my family, my employees, and young African Americans, men, women, minorities in general. I think that it's really challenging for a young African American to want to be something if they don't specifically see it and they can't actually touch it. When I was a kid, my role models and people I looked up to, I won't even call them role models, but I aspired to be Michael Jordan. But I'm like 5'8" versus 6'7", so that didn't work out. I thought Oprah's business acumen was amazing, but it wasn't close enough for me to realize it and feel like I could actually be there. So for me, it's really important to be that example. I want to be that bridge between young folks and older folks. Also, in regards to passion, my passion is to make sure that people are taken care of, you know, and that they have the tools to be the best thems, I guess. And for me, with the young folks especially, I think that if you don't specifically seek them out, and if you don't impart wisdom into them in individual layers at certain points in time, they'll never be, or they'll never see. So I'm really passionate about that. And of course, I like competition. I like to win. I want to win. So at the end of the day, in my insurance industry, we compete against the largest brokers in the world. And it makes me so happy when we're able to compete with them and take business from them being a small minority company, because although they're bigger, they have better resources, they're not better than us. So we know we can win.